Good evening. Horror and chaos be to you in the name of Runie Roos. Now, lunatics, welcome one another as I shall welcome you. Hi, hi. Hello, everyone. Hello. How are you doing today? Do you have your hot cocoa? I have my hot cocoa. It's pretty darn yummy, I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty good. What the heck? TV commercial. Oh, here we go. Here. White lies on a white Christmas. Sometimes telling the truth comes with a little twist. Don't miss the premiere of A Christmas Ruse tonight at 8 p.m., 7 p.m. Central, only on Hallmark. Yeah? Umbrella! Thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. Under my umbrella, Ella, Ella, eh, eh, eh. That's not a Christmas song. What the heck? Under my... What's like a holiday themed awning? Oh, that's right, it has to be. Yeah, it's gotta be like, under my mistletoe, oh, oh, ho, ho, ho. Under my mistletoe, oh, oh, ho, 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 ho. We're cooking. You guys, we ain't even started doing the movie yet, and we're cooking. We just can't. Everything we touch. Everything. Good evening. Really appreciate these cozy winter streams. Thank you so much, Runie. If I may, I have a suggestion for the story. We need a scene where a kid is singing Jingle Bells and belts out in a one-horse open sleigh in a frog voice. That'd be crazy. Oh my god, you're so right. That has to happen. Okay, what we're referencing is my friends and I watched a Christmas movie. Supposedly, one of my friends says that there was a scene in the movie where they were singing Jingle Bells and they went on a one-horse open, and then somebody was like, frog voice, sleigh, like that. And we could not figure out what this movie was. I don't remember this happening personally. She swears it happened. Is it a real movie? I don't know. I don't know. But we scoured the internet and could not find it. So if it's real, wow. I just don't know. I just don't know. So it wasn't my favorite dream. It wasn't me. I don't have any I never said I had recollection of this. To be fair. Yeah, but I sent you guys on a mission to look, and I know it didn't happen. But thank you so much for the tip, Kyle. Thank you. Like over a year and nobody's found it. It must not exist. Yeah, it was somebody else's fever dream. Santorini, yes. Yes. I saw the comment in the pre-chat. Merry Christmas. I think that's great. I think that's great. Yo, look at that. Wait, can you guys make it snow? If you use the emojis, you could make it look like it's snowing in here. Wow. Look at that. It's begun to snow. Wow. It's snowing. Thank you for 21 months. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody. This hot chocolate is so good. Let me grab my tambourine. Gift the memberships who, gift the memberships say, gift the memberships today, gift the memberships wow, make sure you say thanks now, gift the memberships today. Hooray! Thank you! Alright, so, let's get started. Thank you for 6 months, thank you. So here is our mission. Our mission today. Step 1, we're gonna write a movie, but I think step 1, we should do like some tropes. So I say we just kind of write down maybe like everything we can think of, and then we can like narrow it down later. So let's just start listing like the stuff that always happens in like these types of movies. I think I am about 95% better. I have definitely recovered. Yeah, okay, so like big city versus small town. You're absolutely right. That's a huge trope. Okay, so like a significant other that's a Grinch. Or MC. So the MC could also be a Grinch. This could be one or the other. Oh yes, that's a huge one. Meeting an old love. Reuniting with old flame. Or like high school sweetheart. Crush. Yeah, that happens a lot. Yeah, like a small town has Christmas industry. It's snow. We gotta have some snow. It's gotta be snowing. A down on his luck lawyer is hired to represent Santa Claus. A major toy manufacturer is suing the North Pole for making trademarked toy brands, and the prosecutor is a former toy maker elf. Why does that feel like it's already a movie? Is that just the plot of a movie that's already happened? Oh yeah, there's gotta be like singing or like a karaoke scene or a choir. Something like that, yeah. There's definitely, we've got to have like singing involved. Yeah, Christmas tree. Decorating, I think, or shopping, something. Yeah, there's got to be a scene with that, I think, in a lot of movies. Well, okay, I think we're getting a little too specifics though. Let's just think like big overarching things that you tend to see in these types of movies. So I'm gonna go ahead and put horses, cause like a lot of times there are horses. I'm just saying, like a lot of times there are horses. Oh, family going out of like family business. Not doing well. Yeah, something like that. Like the ranch is gonna be sold, or yeah, the local wreath factory is going out of business. Yeah, something like that for sure. Yes, there has to be a small child character. Yeah, let's not get too specific. Let's think like big tropes. Wow. Facing foreclosure, couple finds an old pirate map. Hey, Pirates. A snow angel scene. You wish. You wish. I bet y'all are making snow angels, aren't y'all? Another one could be, I feel like a trope that happens is like, stranded due to bad weather. Unfortunately, I don't really want to put this one in ours. Wow. But I feel like this does happen a lot where like somebody has died and like that's kind of why they've come back. Wow. Like they've left the nest and then they come back to their hometown after all this time because somebody died. I've made so many snow angels and she's not there. I guess you're not lonely enough. You're not lonely enough. All I want for Christmas is you. Ooh. You, baby. Let's see. What else? What else? Oh, another trope is like Santa magic. They love to like throw something in there where like, wait, was Santa like real or like did magic actually just like happen? You know what I mean? Like there's this wise old man on the street and then like at the end of the movie he like winks at the camera. Oh, I think so. Divorce is a. I just watched one that had Alicia Silverstone in it, where they were getting separated, but then the magic of Christmas brings them back together, so they end up not getting a divorce and staying together. So, the plumber was Santa the whole time. Literally, though. There could also just be straight up magic too. Like, you know, there's ones where a prince time travels, or, you know, a ice sculpture comes to life. Like there could actually, like, so we could just put hinted or explicit. Like there could just be, like truly be some magic going on too. I feel like, yeah, like, maybe we should, like, kind of expound upon this. It's big city versus small town, like, someone, like, too big for small town. No. So they've outgrown their small town. They moved away, you know, yeah, like, I think something like that. Very common trope. I hope you guys know that I have this on a green screen and it is so bright. It is like blinding me. But it's easier to type like in, like I'm using Clip Studio to like type all of this up because I just feel like it's easier than trying to type things like using the text functions within OBS. But to make the background work, I'm like chroma keying it out. So it's just like bright green. Hold on, I'll show you guys. This is what it looks like to me because I think it's gonna give me a headache. That's what I'm staring at right now. Yeah, it hurts my eyes too. Jolly. That's some jolly eye bleed. Some jolly eye bleed. Some Christmas green. Okay. Can we think of any other, like, really, like, are we missing any huge tropes that, like, are in all of these movies, like, always happen? This freaking hot cocoa is so good. Oh, mistletoe. Yes, there has to be like a mistletoe kiss scene. You're right. That's a little too specific, but I'm gonna put it on here anyways. Wait, how do you spell that? Yeah. I think like naming all the different scenes is a little bit more specific than I wanted, but I'm gonna put it on there anyways. Toe kiss. Hey, that's your brain is doing some strange cropping. Rules for exotic pet broken, causing creature chaos. I have never seen one that involved that. Robots reactivate mysteriously. Now y'all just making stuff up. These are not common Christmas movie tropes. Okay, let's go with this. So, let's put stars by ones that we definitely want to do. It seems like you guys are definitely into... Really? That's what the star looks like? Okay. Y'all are really into big city, small town. So let's go ahead and also include like someone's too big for their small town now. I want there to be horses. So we're definitely putting horses in here. I don't care what you say. Okay, so do we want the small town? Let's keep then small town Christmassy industry, and let's keep Old Flame like high school sweetheart. I like that then. In this case, let's make MC the Grinch. Yeah, we'll make MC the Grinch. They'll come back to their hometown for something. Okay, so we're not gonna do divorce then, because we're going with they're not together right now. Small child character, we gotta have that. Let me star that. Okay, let's do stranded in bad weather. Maybe the MC goes to town and they, you know, we're just gonna be there for a little while. They meant to like go back to work, but they get stuck there due to bad weather, which means there'll definitely be snow. It has to have horses and snow. You guys are gonna have to help me with location here. Where's a good place where you could have like a horse ranch where it also snows? What do horses do during the snow? Do horses like snow? I'm seeing a lot of Montanas. Montana sounds nice. Y'all are about to... It's about to be revealed to you guys that I don't have a clue what goes on in Montana. But it just sounds nice. I've never been to Montana, I don't think. Oh, they wear blankets? Aww. Yeah, that's true. I could set it in Colorado because I know more about Colorado than I do Montana. But what we could do is have the MC could have like grew up in Montana and moved to like Denver. Wow. Now they're like, you know, making big bucks in Denver or something. Wyoming is big for horses? I think let's lock in on Montana because I already said it. Okay, I don't want to do a funeral. We're going to get rid of this. I don't want to do funeral. get rid of some of these that are like just too specific. Okay. Do we want there to be Santa magic? Let's decide that now. Do we want Santa magic? Yes or no? Yes. Okay. Do we want it to be like hinted? You know, well, we'll discover. We'll discover. We don't have to decide that now. We'll discover. Okay. So, oops. What am I doing? Okay. Whoa, that looks crazy when I did that. That looks crazy. I'm so sorry, you guys. It looks insane. Oh, I see what's happening. Oh, it doesn't... Wait, hold on. I'm struggling. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Hardest part of this stream is gonna be... Ah! Okay, cancel. So I'm gonna have to do like this, I think. Yeah? No, it doesn't work. Oh. Oh, Clip Studio. Why are you like this, Clip Studio? I freaking hate you. So for reference, what's happening is I set this so that I could make a border, right? And then the text will loop or whatever it'll wrap. That's what it's called. If it hits the frame. That way it's not just like going all over the place and I'm not having to constantly manually format it. However, if you do that, it also appears that I can't just make the text smaller now. Like now I just kind of want to like transform it and make it tiny, and I can't. I guess what I will have to do is select all of this and then lower the font. There we go, that works. Would you guys still be able to read it though? Is that okay? Okay. All right, then you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna duplicate this. So let's get like our overarching. Let's decide our plot. Okay, so we've got like our tropes. Let's get like a little blurb about what's happening. So what do we want? Wow. You'll get a magnifying glass? It's not that bad, is it? Oh, I'm glad you liked the BGM. I was happy when I found it. I thought, oh, that'll be perfect for this. I can tell you that we have horses and snow in New Jersey. We're gonna set it in Montana though. I've already decided. So we want the main character to be a boy or a girl. Visiting grandma because her filly gave birth to a new horse. Right before Christmas? When do horses breed? What's breeding season for horses? Do they have babies right before Christmas? Okay, it's a girl. It should probably be a girl because a lot of these are like the MC is kind of meant to be like self-insert and these movies are marketed towards women. So I do think it makes sense for it to be a girl. Okay. Named Noelle. I feel like Noelle is already done though. I like that idea though. Yeah, Noelle, Holly. Let's think of a name, but let's try to think of one that maybe hasn't been done. What is a name that sounds very like holiday? Whitney? Mariah? Okay, I'm kind of liking Christy. Especially if she's like businesswoman, takes herself too seriously. They could call her Chris. Like, oh, no, they should call her Nick. Wait, her name should be Nicole. And they should call her Nick. That's like her little nickname. She's a tomboy for sure. Tomboy, they call her Nick. Yeah, I think, yeah, like Old Saint Nick. There can be jokes about that. I like it. Yeah, tomboy, horse girl. Nikki. Okay, so let's do this. Tomboy. Well, we can get more into the specifics about the characters in a second. Let's just get the overall plot. So Nikki, or I guess if it's a nickname, it would be. We'll just type it like Nick returns from her busy job as a. What is she? They're always lawyers, though. Let's not do lawyer. Coffee saleswoman, yeah. We'll just put like coffee CEO for now. Yeah, she sells coffee. This font is doing something weird. Do you see this? I don't like it. We gotta change this font, I think. Something a little more readable. Oh, God. Not that. See, I wanted to do a Christmassy font, but then in practice, it's hard to read and it gets on my nerves. Oh, God. This one's called Italian Sex Party. That's what this font is called. Okay, forget it. We're just gonna use a boring font. A boring font that is readable. Okay. Wow. There we go. I like this. Lucida Fax Demi. Okay, Nick returns from her busy job as a coffee CEO in the city to her small town of, let's make up a town in Montana. So we want this town to have like a Christmas related industry. I kind of like what you guys were cooking, so maybe she hates Christmas because her family's like really associated with Christmas. Yeah, like honestly it could be something like Christmas Town or something. I don't know, like her family, like maybe her dad like plays Santa, like looks like a real Santa or something. Oh, Snowflake Falls is kind of cute. I like that. Town of Snowflake Falls. That's cute. I like that. They make Christmas lights, so the town's so bright it's hard to see. Oh, I don't hate that idea. Wow. Maybe I'm trying to think like what we could do here. Oh, Christmas cards is the family business. Now that could work. because everyone would definitely associate her with like Christmas cards. So maybe her parents, yeah, they own like a Christmas card business. And they or something like that. I'm open to other ideas, like some Christmas accoutrement. And they're like crazy about Christmas. They're absolutely crazy about Christmas. And the whole town kind of knows about it. Being sued by Hallmark, shut up. A Christmas tree farm could also work. I do kind of like that idea, the Christmas tree, because I do want them to have land. I am kind of imagining them on like a plot of land, because they have to have horses. They could have horses. What if her parents are like crazy about Christmas and they have reindeer and a Christmas tree farm, and every year they like decorate it like crazy, and it's like a free attraction for the town, and like people come from like other towns to come and see it, and that's why they're known as like the Christmas people. As a coffee CEO in the city to her small town of Snowflake Falls. Why is she there? We gotta figure out why she's there though. I don't want a parent to die though. Dad's sick. Parent's sick. Dad broke a leg. Well, it's gotta be something because she gets stuck there due to bad weather. So we want it to be something that she could have just like, I'm just gonna show up, do this, and then hightail it out of here. I guess instead of horses, it could be reindeer. I feel like that makes the plot a little tighter. So instead of horses, it'll actually be reindeer. And maybe her favorite reindeer just had a baby. Wow. Sister-in-law recently gave birth, so she showed up for the baby's first Christmas? Or to shoot an ad. And mostly reindeer and one horse called Rudolph. Why are you a genius? Yes, it's mostly reindeer and one horse called Rudolph. 100%. That's happening. Okay, yeah. To film an ad for her business. Wow. Okay, yeah, so from her perspective, she's like, okay, this is how it happens actually, is maybe she's not the CEO. So it's her busy job as a coffee saleswoman. She's just a coffee she works for a coffee company. Let's do her busy job with a coffee company. Okay, so she's working for the coffee company, and then the CEO is like, I want to do a Christmas commercial for our new like holiday blend of coffee. I think it would be so cool if it was like you know, reindeer, Christmas trees. Hey, wait a minute, Nick. Isn't that literally what your family does? If you could get us that hookup, I mean, we could be looking at a promotion for you. So again, like, she doesn't want to do it, but she's like, oh, okay, like, I gotta keep the CEO happy. It's just such a good opportunity. Fine, I'll talk to my parents. And then the CEO is like, great, you'll go and you'll oversee everything. And she's like, no. She doesn't, this is how the movie ends. She's like, no. She didn't want to, like, actually go and oversee everything. But she ends up getting stuck. She has to go home. Okay, so she goes home to film the ad. Okay. When a bad snowstorm leaves her trapped there over Christmas, she reunites with her. Okay, so do we want the love interest? Were they actually together in high school, or did they maybe just like each other? I'm kind of leaning towards maybe they were never actually together. I kind of like it, the idea of maybe like, yeah. The mutual pining for sure. A will they, won't they? So they were like with her childhood BFF. Because she was a tomboy, so that works great. They were like best friends. They both liked each other, but didn't know how to transition from like being best friends into being lovers. And also like he wanted to stay, like he didn't want to leave the town, but she did. And so they ended up kind of just like growing apart and they haven't seen each other in a really long time. So she reunites with her childhood best friend forever. What's his name? What's his name? We're not naming him Kevin. Forget it. Like literally forget it. Kringle. Luke is a nice name, I feel like, for a Hallmark movie. I do kind of like the name. I want something like all-American, masculine, traditionally salt of the earth type name. So like Luke I do think works. Chad definitely works. Thomas, Joseph, Blake. Now somebody said this earlier about him being like a nerd, and I kind of like that a lot. So let's try to think. He's grown. He's like really grown into himself in his adulthood, though. So let's think of a name that has like two versions, like two things you could go by, and like maybe in high school he went by like the more childish version, and now he goes. You guys know what I'm talking about? Like when you go from like a Davey to a Dave. Yeah, like a Robbie to a Robert, yeah. Luke to Lucas, maybe. Maddie, Matthew, I do like that. Danny to Daniel, I do kind of like that. Oh, Joey to Joseph is good. Actually, let's go with that. I like that a lot. Oh, Timmy to Timothy is also good. Oh, come on. You guys are making it hard for me. Okay, are we going Joey to Joseph or Timmy to Timothy? Let's narrow it down to those. Joey to Joseph Timmy to Timothy. John to John sounds awesome. Get out of here. Timmy really does. Timmy sounds like it could be a nerd's name. I think because I think of like Tiny Tim. Okay, let's do this. Jimothy. Let's give it Timmy Tinker. His name is Timmy Tinker. Destined to be a VTuber. Kitty to Kinjamin. Now you guys are just being very, very silly. But now he goes by Timothy. He doesn't go by Timmy anymore. She hates Christmas and her small town. But being back home starts to melt some of the ice inside her. Okay. We'll just keep that, I think. For like overarching plot. Right? We can kind of go through more specifics as it goes. Okay, hold on. I keep trying to make it smaller in like the way that I used to. I can't do that anymore. Let's make this a little bit smaller. Okay. Now let's talk about some characters. We'll get like more specifics on the characters. So we've got Nick, or I guess when they do this, they do it a little differently, don't they? I feel like I don't have enough room to type everything that I want to type. So there's Nicole, Nick. What is her last name? If she's a coffee saleswoman, she can claim she hates hot cocoa, but she secretly loves it. That's so silly. Car broke down and the local mechanic that came to help was none other than Timothy. Ooh, I don't hate the idea of him being a local mechanic. It can't be Kringle. Bluefield? It could actually be Snow, though. They could be the Snows who live in Snowflake Falls. Because I feel like Snow is a real last name, right? There's like Brittany Snow. Why don't she could be Nicole? It's cheesy, but I don't think it's too cheesy because I like we could also do Winters. Ethan Winters. She could be Nicole Winters. Ooh, that kind of like rolls off the tongue, don't it? Is there already a Nicole Winters in something? Winters really does roll off the tongue though. You know nothing, Tim Snow. But his last name isn't Snow. Okay, wait, but I actually feel like we have to keep it Snow because then we could have a scene where, because like Timmy was like a nerd, right? So maybe we could make him like, he was like a fantasy nerd and was like really into Dungeons and Dragons, Game of Thrones, things like that. And he can quote that to her at some point. Like Nick says something like, oh, da 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 da. And he's like, you know nothing, Nick Snow. She can be very annoyed by it. It's very, okay, so. Wonderfully cringe. Yeah, Winters is, oh, dang, because he could also say Winters is coming. Ethan Winters is from Resident Evil, yeah. Ah, maybe there could be a rival family called the Winters. No, we're making it too complicated now. Do you think it sounds too Game of Thrones-y? Okay, I think you might be right. Let's do Nicole Winters, because it sounds more like a real name. Yeah, her name is Nicole Winters. Nicole Nick Winters. And then he can still quote Game of Thrones, but he'll just be like, Winters is coming. And he means her. Okay, so Nicole Nick Winters, huge tomboy as a kid. See, I always write more than you need. Tomboy, that's the point. I don't need to write this whole sentence. Tomboy. Tomboy, we gotta think like, let's see. Made fun of for Xmas family. She didn't like getting made fun of. Maybe, okay, I know this is like also I feel like this isn't necessarily a trope that you see very often in Hallmark stuff. But it's a trope that you see more so in like anime and stuff. But maybe it all compounded for her as a kid because she was very much so a tomboy. And she was very smart, and she was orderly, she got stuff done, and she got kind of, like, she was never really treated girly or like a princess or anything like that, but maybe she kind of really did. And she just kind of like resents that kind of image that she had in her hometown, maybe something like that. Her dad called her champ. I'm trying to make it tie in with the made fun of for Christmas family, though. Like maybe the other kids like said she smelled like reindeer poop and stuff like that. Yeah, maybe her family, like, I don't know if I want to go with the full direction, like they wanted a boy, but maybe it could just be like they always expected her to do things with the family, so like they always expected her to like take care of the reindeer and like chop down Christmas trees and stuff like that, like more like hands-on things. Like, yeah, she was like a ranch worker to them, right? Something like that. If there's a mare, secretly make it Santa. Reindeer farm is getting bought out by a meat factory. That's horrible. That's horrible. What if she was a horse girl growing up and her childhood horse died on Christmas Eve one year, so she decided to become a big city girl to forget that trauma? Then it's a hometown hunk riding a horse that helps her recapture her Christmas gift, her Christmas spirit. Oh, it's just too sad. I don't like stuff that's too sad. It sounds very plausible though. Like something like that could definitely happen in one of these movies. I don't know, something's not connecting for me right now. I'm struggling a little bit with the character. I'm thinking. We might have to revise this a little bit. Let's say, I know the coffee company thing is like really funny, but I kind of like the idea of getting the same thing across, but like in a different fashion. Okay, so what if she doesn't work at a coffee company? She works with a fashion magazine. Let's go fashion magazine. So she wanted to escape from, okay, so and somebody else had this idea, right? So maybe she had a crush on someone else as a kid. And that's also part of why like Timmy never confessed to her, because maybe she was always like head over heels over like some guy. And he ends up, kind of making fun of her because she's too like tomboyish. And she works on the ranch, and I like the reindeer poop thing. Like maybe he literally tells her she smells like reindeer poop or something. And she just kind of wants to escape that image. And her parents never understood it. They never got it. They never supported her, like wanting to be more girly and stuff. Like maybe one time when she was a kid, like she bought like some like girly clothes because she liked like fashion and stuff, and her parents were like, why did you waste your money on this? Like you're gonna get it dirty on the ranch. Like go chop a Christmas tree, And so part of the reason that she left is because like she wanted to try and like capture this more like girly side of herself, right? And like work for a fashion magazine and stuff. I like this idea because we can kind of meet in the middle where like she, like at the end of the movie, she can kind of accept like the happy ending part could be like her getting she gets both, because she did miss the ranch. And she did always kind of like all the Christmas stuff. And she loves reindeer. And she is really tough and can chop down a Christmas tree just fine. But she also can have like a girly love story too. Yeah? Something like that. Oh, yeah, I seen where she put on makeup for the first time. And her parents... Oh, she has to not have a mom. It just clicked. She doesn't have a mom. It's single dad raised her. And maybe she has a bunch of brothers. Yeah. And that's why everyone will be like, oh, the winters are coming. Because maybe all of her brothers are like kind of rambunctious and stuff. It's a Disney movie now. Mom is alive, just in the military. Oh, wait. Okay, see, it does need a sad element. Let's just do it. The mother did die on a Christmas. And the rest of her family, like her brothers and her dad, part of their version of coping is just throwing themselves into the holiday season, right? They just, like, they literally, like, her dad especially just kind of, like, made it his whole personality after that. But for her, she had, like, the opposite experience, where it made her, like, if she couldn't have a Christmas, like, with her mom, like, she just didn't want to have Christmas at all. And there was also like this disconnect between her and her dad where they're both trying to cope in their own ways and they're not like seeing each other and each other's needs. Because for her, she couldn't just do Christmas the same like they always did as if nothing was wrong. And for him, he had to do Christmas just the same as if nothing was wrong. And so their two like coping mechanisms didn't match up. And it ended up causing like a huge rift between her and her dad, on top of all of like the tomboy stuff too. This could really be like a father-daughter story at the end of the day. It's a love story, but it could also be a father-daughter story too. I think could be really sweet and tender. Yeah. She doesn't sell coffee anymore, you guys. Okay. If that's the case, I don't think she really needs to be made fun of for her Christmas family necessarily. She could have just been made fun of for being a tomboy, and she hates Christmas because her mom died on Christmas. Okay, so made fun of as kid for tomboy. Hates Xmas because mom died on it. No, I'll just leave it like that. Do we still want to have her do the maybe I'll change it back to coffee company. I did kind of like that. Or maybe I'll keep it fashion magazine. Maybe she I can't decide. I'm having this small town grows some magically good beans. But we don't need them. I liked the commercial idea. But I guess it could just be a fashion shoot. That's true. It could be a fashion shoot and that they want. Oh yeah, they wanted to shoot a fashion shoot with reindeer for the holidays. That's what it is. And so she gets sent out there to oversee it. Okay, yeah. So I still like it. She's working for a fashion magazine in the city. And now she's gone like full girly. So when she shows back up, yeah. She's just like completely rejected everything, right? And she dresses very girly. I think that switch should have changed when her mom died too. Like before her mom died, she was kind of like cool with being a tomboy and didn't really care and was very like rough and tumble. And it wasn't until after her mom died, subconsciously, because she felt like she didn't have access to like a female bonds anymore, because she didn't have any girlfriends, and now her mom was dead, that she like, you know, gravitated towards that kind of stuff. This is irrelevant. It wouldn't like come up in words in the plot, but this is just for me and my brain putting her together. That's like my brain putting her together, right? Yeah, like overcompensating or like searching for something that she didn't have anymore. Like she felt like this void in her now. So that's kind of how she thought she could fill it. Yeah, just like background line. Dresses very girly now, because I like that imagery too, and that's a very classic Christmas movie. Like when she does come back home, she's got like the heels and the fancy clothes that she can't like put into stuff. Like she can't put her bag down because it's like dirty and it's like an expensive bag, stuff like that. So she's very, very different than she used to be. I also like this because we could do the same thing so the love interest is Timmy Tinker. Very nerdy as a kid. Yeah, I do want to give him like, so like now he's like really grown into himself. His voice dropped and got really deep. He's like muscular now. He's still very much so a nerd, so like let's not get that twisted. But just like his image is very different than it used to be. And maybe now he's trying to hide that he's a nerd. Like he's trying to hide that he's still a nerd, because I do think that there could be a fun moment like where they meet each other again and they're both like, holy crap, like like you guys aren't like you're not you're completely different than you used to be, like you've changed so much. And then throughout the course of the movie they're kind of breaking down each other's walls, and it turns out Nick is still very much so a tomboy and does love rough and tumble, getting out in nature, working with the reindeer, riding her horse, Rudolph. And he is very much so still a huge, huge nerd. So what are we thinking? What are we thinking for... What are we thinking for his occupation? What does he do now? I know somebody mentioned mechanic. Because we could do, instead of a snowstorm, maybe the rest of her crew... I kind of like the idea of her crew getting stuck with her too. Because then she could have like a quirky model friend, and we could have like a subplot where like her like quirky model friend falls in love with somebody. A guy who makes horseshoes for their one horse, Rudolph. Oh, I'm a nerd? By the way, I'm an electrician if you want to use that. Electrician could work. I kind of like the idea, yeah, like maybe he is... I don't hate that. He could be a farrier, and that's why he's there when she gets home, because he's working on the horseshoes for Rudolph, because that also very seamlessly introduces Rudolph. Like maybe when she gets in, also because there could be like a really good moment, like she doesn't want to go home and she's feeling bad about it, but she's like, ooh, but I am excited to see Rudolph. And of course the audience is gonna immediately assume that that's one of the reindeer on the reindeer farm that she works at. And she's like, she gets home and she's kind of antsy, and her dad's like, okay, you can go say hi to Rudolph and then come back and we can catch up then. And she's like, okay. So she goes running, she's gonna go see Rudolph, and then it's a horse and Timmy's there. Okay, so he's a farrier. Works as farrier. See, this is, why do I want to type out the whole sentence? Works as farrier. This is completely unnecessary. Okay, so he's a farrier. I know, it's seamless, it's flawless, it's very... hides that he's nerdy now. Had a glow up. Okay, so he had a glow up. Hides that he's nerdy now. And he loves Christmas. Now, okay, now... Okay, I kind of want to go back and let's get rid of the Nick had a crush on the other guy. Let's just get rid of the whole subplot. and simplify it. I think that they both should have liked each other always, but just were completely convinced that the other one didn't like them. And I like that because I want it to be, even though they've both like changed a lot, I want them to have fallen in love with each other when they were how they felt the worst about themselves. Like for Nick, she felt like when she was a kid, she was ugly, she didn't have any style, she didn't know how to do her makeup or her hair, and she didn't sit ladylike, and she feels insecure about that time in her life. And then for Timothy, he just thinks like, oh, like I was scrawny and awkward, and I was, you know, always talking about nerdy things and getting on everyone's nerves. I didn't have any social skills, like very embarrassed. But the reality is it's in those two states that they actually fell in love with each other. I want it to be like that so that it doesn't seem like they fell in love with each other now because they've grown up. I want the glow up at the end of the day to be like, to have nothing to do with the reason that they like each other, if that makes sense. And I feel like that will hit harder if they fell in love with each other before the glow ups. So I'm gonna add this to both of them. Always loved Timmy. And always loved Nick. Yeah. I think that would be cute. Okay, so let's do next character. We gotta do Nick's dad. So what's his name? I feel like chat is I feel like there's a longer lag on chat than there normally is. It makes a stream like this a little bit awkward, unfortunately, because I'm getting y'all's responses and suggestions like way after the fact. So it's like hard to keep up. We can't name him Ethan Winters. What the heck? Really? Did that feel fast to you guys? It feels slow to me. Thank you for the tip, Once Upon a Cat. Long Winters. I actually do kind of like the name Long. I don't know if that's a real name, but I do kind of like it. His name's not that important because they're probably just gonna call him Mr. Winters the whole time, or Dad. Jack Winters, that sounds good. You're right. So Jack Winters. Nick's dad. Christmas is distraction from grief. Awkward with daughter versus sons. A man's man. Jolly. Let's just do that. Yeah. I don't think he can be gruff because he likes Christmas. So I do imagine him being like very jolly. But like jolly in that way that like a man's man can be. You guys know, like your friend's dad who like is really loud and rambunctious and friendly. Jolly is really like the best way to describe it, like very jolly, you know? Yeah, makes dad jokes. Yeah, football dad, makes dad jokes, knows everybody at the grocery store. You know, that kind of person. We need to give... let's give her twin brothers. Give me a name for twin boys. Something and something Winters. Drew and Andrew. I kind of like that. It feels like Seraph Sans Seraph to me. Luke and Bob. Jack and Frost. Jack Jr. and Frost Winters. That's crazy. You're crazy for that. Ooh, Saul and Paul. I love it. Saul and Paul. Saul and Paul Winters. Nick's twin brothers. We don't need to give them separate personalities. We'll just say that they're rowdy, jokesters. I think they should be older. Older twin brothers. They both have big families. Like wives and like a bunch of kids. Love Christmas. That's important. No. These are older than her, so they're like adults. Like they have like their own families too. They all settled down in like the same town, you know. They like tease her. I like that kind of relationship. Yeah, I think that they also really, really love their sister, but also felt awkward and didn't know how to help her through it either, right? And are definitely not the like talk about your feelings type, you know? So they tried to just like get through it with like humor and shenaniganry. But at the end of the day, it just ended up kind of pushing her away from them. And yeah, and I think they should have a lot of kids. So I think we know the plot pretty well. So I'm gonna remove the plot for now, just so we have more room for characters. Rudolph. Hold on, I gotta make this bigger. Okay. Rudolph. The only horse. Only horse. Wants Timothy and Nick together. I think the horse should 100% have a personality, and the horse, it should be very obvious that Rudolph wants Timothy and Nick together. Like, he should be pulling shenanigans to bring the two of them together. Like, he's kicking off his horseshoes so that Timothy has to come back over, you know? And yeah, he definitely does a light kick to push them together. 100% he does. Yeah, a wing horse. Okay, we have to add a little kid. I kind of like the idea of Timothy having a much younger little sister, because we could also have a scene where Nick like meets her and is like, oh my gosh, Timothy, did you have a kid? And Timothy is like kind of embarrassed to be like, no, it's actually like my little sister, because his parents just like had a child like way late. It happens, you know, just like randomly had a child like way late in life.
Wow.
So he's like in his 20s and his little sister's like 9, something like that. Should Rudolph have a patch of red hair somewhere or something like that? No. I like the idea of Rudolph's name being Rudolph despite him not being a reindeer and there being tons of reindeer and there being absolutely no reason for it. There's just, it's never explained. There's no reason his name is Rudolph. He just is Rudolph. His sister is closer to his daughter in terms of age. It happens, man. It happens. The Tinkers were tinkering. Charlotte, and she's called Choo Choo. Choo Choo's spent enough time on a ranch. Choo Choo doesn't want to be on a ranch anymore. I don't hate the name Charlotte, though. Something precocious. This is gonna be our precocious little sister. She could be Lottie. Ooh, Lottie is cute. Lottie Tinker. Ooh, Penelope Tinker is also good. And he could call her Penny. But I do like Lottie. Lottie Tinker? What do you guys think? She's a Lottie trouble. Okay. Penolottie. Let's go Lottie Tinker. Timmy's much younger sis. Precocious. I don't know if I spelled that right. A little too wise. Loves Xmas. Wants the couple together. I think that works. A little too wise, loves Xmas, wants the couple together. I think Lottie and Rudolph should work together, actually. Yes, they need to cooperate. Like her and Rudolph have an agenda. Like Rudolph, first of all, just misses Nick and wants her to stay home because he misses her. That's like, you know, that's his person. And Lottie just knows that Timmy's been in love with Nicole Winters his whole life. And so she's just a good little sister. Like she's just rooting for them. Like she's just like, I see you, big bro. I'm gonna get you the hookup. Like, I know you've been crazy about this girl your whole life. I also think that it's cute because I like the idea that Lottie kind of figured it out just because she's heard Timothy like talk about Nick, and she's never even met Nick. Like Nick moved away before she was ever even born, right? So she's never even met Nick, but she just has like all of this lore. And that could be a plot point at some point as well, where Nick could even be like, how do you know so much about me? And Lottie can say something like, you know, like, somebody talks about you all the time. That's why. Something like that. Cuter dialogue than I just came up with there. And then Nick, you know, is kind of like, oh, wait, really? Like, he talks about me all this time? Like, even... I think it should be 10 years because 10 years just has like a ring to it. 10 years. I can read your mind. We did say that we were gonna put some magic in it. Okay, but before we do that, I want to side plot romance. I like the idea of traveling with Nicole is a model. And I think that she should be like caricature, like very silly, over the top silly with whatever her personality is. And there should be a side character related to Timothy, and those two get together. You guys really want to give Rudolph a girlfriend. Ooh, can't speak English well. Wait, that could be cute. Please, we need this. You need? It'd be cute. Okay, what if for the photo shoot, they wanted 2 horses and the ranch only has 1 horse? Oh, that doesn't make sense though, because they wanted to shoot the with reindeer, so why would they even want horses? Let me think. I gotta think of a way to get another horse in there. Rival horses, 1 barn, 2 horses. Y'all are getting crazy. He falls in love with a reindeer. How do you guys feel about that? How do you feel about him falling in love with a reindeer? I don't know if I love that. Okay, pass. Okay. I don't love that. No, the comic relief subplot is gonna be this like supermodel character. We gotta figure out what's going on with that. I'm not a huge fan of it either. I think it should be another horse. I was trying to think like it would be cute if they brought in a horse, like a model horse. Like a horse that does movies and TV shows and stuff like that for the photo shoot. And she meets Rudolph, and then of course like they fall in love with each other. And so when Nick decides to stay in Snowflake Falls, like there could be a joke where somebody's like, I think she wants to stay too, and it's the horse. Oh yeah, actually that makes sense too, because that would give us like another reason to have Timmy and Nick interact, because Timmy could also come as a farrier to work on the model horse as well. And it could be a good setup for a horse riding day. Shut up. Okay, you know what? It doesn't have to make sense. Who cares? Who cares? They brought in a horse for the photo shoot. They wanted a horse and reindeer. You know what? Actually, maybe they didn't want the reindeer. They wanted the Christmas tree field. They wanted somebody riding a horse through a Christmas tree field. And maybe there could have even been a plot point where Nick was like, we have a horse. Like, we have a perfect horse. Like, I have a horse on the ranch. Like, you could just use that horse. And they were like, no, we're gonna bring in like a fancy show horse type horse. Right? And then it ends up, you know, falling in love with Rudolph. Okay, now Rudolph has a girlfriend. Okay. Oh, if you heard a squeaky noise, it's my chair. Sorry. That's me putting the armrest down on my chair. Are you happy now? Could joke and say that Rudolph tells her everything. Oh, see, now that's very precocious. I do like that. Because then she can also say something, he's told me a few things about how you feel too. And Nick can be like, I don't know what you're talking about. What could you possibly be talking about? All right. All right. What's the lady horse's name? You know, I'm not gonna give her a whole line. Falls in love with show horse. Gina. I like that. Gina works. I like it. Gina. Air groove. That's also good, actually. That's also good. Okay. Help me come up with the subplot here. I know it's often not the best part of the movie, but it's necessary. We have to have the B plot, romance. It just, if we're gonna do it, we gotta do it right. So, let's think. Quirky model. We just did, it's the horses. The horses don't count. I'm also thinking if we want to tighten this plot, maybe the model should fall in love with one of her brothers, Saul or Paul. Let's say Saul has big family, but Paul is still single. And I think that the model should fall in love with Paul. So, because that could also be a cute, like, plot point where Saul has already gotten married and has this big family, and Paul has always wanted that too, but he's just never found anybody. He feels like he's getting left behind by his own twin brother, right? Lost his wife in a car crash. Listen, we already have the mom dead. That's enough sad. I don't want to add any more sadness. It's not villainous. There won't really be any villains in this story. There's not any villains. It's just, this is just the B love plot. Yeah, I think that they should be identical. I'll put that in there. Identical. And oh my gosh, we could drop so much lore in like a single line. In like a single line. Nick comes home. It's been 10 years. She didn't even come back for Saul's wedding. Like, she's kind of been like no contact with her family, right? And then she meets like Saul's wife. Like, maybe she knows that he got married and stuff and kind of has like a vague idea, but like hasn't like put two and two together. And then at one point she's talking to Paul and like she says something like, throws something like, oh, his wife, Judy, or whatever her name is, seems really nice. And Paul can be like, you know her. And Nick's like, what? And he's like, that's Judy, whatever. Like, you went, like, from, like, we went to school or something like that. And then she can be like, oh my gosh. Wait. Didn't you used to have a big crush on her? And then Paul can, like, be like, well, you know, not anymore, obviously. But just there in that one line, you've dropped so much lore for Paul. Because now we know that his identical twin brother married his high school crush, and he's single. And that's why we gotta give him a very sweet, tender romance. I think that it should be a European model. I like this idea because we don't have to waste a lot of time. One line. She can drop that one line and all of those pieces click together in the back of your head, and it doesn't even have to ever explicitly be said. I love stuff like that. It is sad, but he's gonna get his happy ending too. Yeah, I think she should be your European model. What should her name be? Okay, German feels very Christmas to me. Actually, Dutch feels very Christmas to me too. Svetlana. Ooh, Natasha. That's a good name. Ooh, I like Kalinka's cute. Now her last name, what if her last name was Snow? We can't do it. We can't do this. Ooh, Sabine. I love that. That sounds very much so like a model. We're gonna go with that. She doesn't need a last name. Sabine. European model on photo shoot. What if she is like an America Boo or whatever? Like she just thinks America is like the best thing ever. And she's just obsessed with all of it. She wants to eat burgers and yeah. What Westaboo? Something like that. Yeah, like Wimmy. Sabine Nefis. Oh my gosh, yeah, she gets so excited with a cowboy hat, things like that. Okay. Obsessed with America. She loves Costco. Do they have Costco in Germany? No, we have to put a Costco in Snowflake Falls, actually. Or maybe, wait, that can be such a good plot point. Is she so excited? And, okay, so Paul, like, immediately has a crush on Sabine because she's just gorgeous. And he's kind of, like, awkwardly flirting with her, whatever. And he realizes that she really likes America. And he's like, well, as an expert, in being American, if there's anything you want to see or do, just like let me know. And she can be like, I can't do a German accent. I was about to try, but I think that's a bad idea. Let's not go there. She's like, oh please, I've always wanted to see the inside of a Costco. And he's like, oh yeah, I can make that happen. But the Costco is actually like 5 hours away. So then he tells Nick, he's like, I'm in trouble. I told Sabine I'd take her to a Costco. And Nick's like, the closest Costco is like 5 hours away. Like, how is that gonna work? And he's like, I don't know. And she's like, okay, we'll make this work somehow. And they have like their little excursion to Costco. Oh yeah, and maybe she really wants to learn because she struggles like modeling on Gina the horse. And so yeah, maybe Paul also, he's still working at the ranch and stuff, and maybe he could kind of be like helping her, like giving her pointers and stuff. They can go on a, oh my gosh, the B plot goes on the horse ride. Can we have a super villain called Dr. Evil? Sure, why not? And then Dr. Evil shows up and ties them all up and shoots them point blank execution style. The end. Is that what you wanted? Strong ending. Dr. Evil is... Oh, Dr. Evil should be a reindeer. Like a really mean reindeer. That could be like a little plot too. Or maybe Nick is like teasing Sabine. It's like, you might want to be careful though. Because you might run into Dr. Evil in Snowflake Falls. Wow. And it's just like a very evil reindeer. And I don't think fake evil. This reindeer is evil, like mean, out to get everybody, hates Christmas and love. This is a mean reindeer. There we go. I think that's perfect. I'll crunch the numbers for a Costco location filming. Thank you. It's perfect. Okay, hold on. Let me add Dr. Evil in there. Oh. I'm so bad at this. Dr. Evil. A really mean and evil reindeer who hates everyone. Actually, we don't need to add that. Mean and evil. Mean and evil. There we go. I think this is our main cast. This feels good to me. All right. Screenshot it. Yeah, the CEO doesn't need a name. The CEO is really only in like the beginning of the movie. Rudolph saves someone from Dr. Evil and gets... Rudolph saves Gina from Dr. Evil. Dr. Evil sees a new horse and is like, I'm gonna kill that horse. And like tries to charge at the show horse Gina. And Rudolph saves Gina. At this point, I don't even think we need the snowstorm. Because it seems like a lot of stuff could just be happening over the photo shoot time. Like maybe we can just make it where it's like a few days photo shoot. Sorry, my cats are being crazy. They keep like running through my door and like busting it wide open. And then I have to get up and go close it. Can we make another Hallmark Christmas romantic comedy with us and you? Maybe I could do a roleplay stream. You guys will have to improv. I'm not gonna tell you guys what the plot is. I'm just gonna throw you into it. Yeah, they jump on it to push it, my door, yeah. Okay. I said that I wanted to do like the whole movie plot, but I feel a little tired, but let's try. Let's do plot breakdown. We'll do our best here. Okay, so opening scene is Nick at work. CEO wants photo shoot on reindeer farm. Finds out Nick's family owns one. Insists she goes and oversees. So we get a lot of like nice world building here. I think because we find out that like Nick is very serious about her fashion job and she's like all in the fashion world. She seems like a city girl, but now you know that she actually grew up on a reindeer farm and she clearly does not want to go back. And maybe we could even add some things where she's trying to kind of push back on the whole like Christmas theme. Like she's like, well, maybe we can just do like Winter Wonderland. Like it doesn't have to be explicitly like like everybody does Christmas. So we've already kind of established that she's serious about her job. She's serious about the fashion world. She feels awkward about going home and she doesn't like Christmas. Okay, what should happen next? I guess we could just do like little music montage of her like getting the shoot ready and stuff with like some Christmas music. And then the next like actual talking scene could be like her at the family. So this could be her, she's yeah, she's packing up the car, You know, I don't think we have to say what she does specifically. I think it's fine to kind of leave it vague. Okay, so we'll have a scene where she reunites with her dad. It's awkward, and they clearly haven't talked in a long time. He treats her like a boy. Pushes Christmas activities on her. She seems uninterested. Okay, maybe there could be like, this could also be the scene, reveals her mom died. Because there could be a scene here where, you know, he's like, you know, since you're in town, you know, you should, there should be some sort of tradition, like, we're cutting down the first Christmas tree. That's what I'll say. We're cutting down the first Christmas tree of the season tonight, you know, and if you're in town, you know, you ought to come. You know, you actually haven't come to one of these things. And, you know, and he's like thinking like, he's trying to say like a really long time. And then she can kind of be like, since mom died. And he's like, he immediately like, you know, shuts down because he doesn't like talking about the feelings. It's clear that he's uncomfortable that she brought it up because he's like, I just want to ignore it. And so he's just kind of like, right. Since your mom died. So now we get the lore that her mom has died. He immediately changes the subject. Dad suggests she sees Rudolph. So that works too, because he can try to change the subject. He's like, he gets awkward and she brings up her mom, and then he's like, oh, by the way, there's somebody who's really dying to see you. And then she's kind of like, Rudolph. And this is like the first time we see her actually excited. So like, Nick is actually excited. She she runs to the barn. And this would be a nice scene because you can kind of get like some like establishing shots of what the ranch looks like, right? These are people. She runs to the barn. She embraces through the stall Rudolph, a horse. And then Timmy pops up. So he's like inside the stall, so she doesn't see him at first. And she's like, oh, Rudolph! And Rudolph seems excited to see her. And then Timmy's little like head pops up, right? He was working on Rudolph's shoes. So he was working on the horseshoes for Rudolph. Okay, so they haven't seen each other in a long time. In 10 years. They remark on how much each has changed. So he says things about like, whoa, you look all fancy, you know, with a bag and this, like, you know, that and that. And she's like, yeah, I don't know, you've changed too, you know. Like, you know, makes a comment. Like she could just be like, you look like all the other guys. You look like I'd catch you at a football game or something. Yeah, you've been working out. Yeah. Yeah, he's shirtless for some reason. No, we won't make him shirtless. So it's like another very awkward conversation. Yeah, shirtless in the winter. No, he's not shirtless. He's not. Okay, so they remark on how each other has changed. There is definite tension. Rudolph, Rudolph bites off Tim's shirt. There we go. We got it. We got to get him shirtless. Somehow. We know that Rudolph is trying to get them together from the start. So, you know, they're like having a conversation, and it could be like a funny moment where she's like, oh, I see you and Rudolph are getting along now. Like when we were kids, you were kind of scared of him. And he's like, I was never scared of Rudolph. Like, me and Rudolph, since you've been gone, like we've become best buds. Like, you know, you snooze, you lose. Like, you used to be his favorite, but like, I think I'm his favorite now. You know, like a little bit of flirting. And she's like, oh, really? And then maybe he like leans, like tries to like lean or like, you know, like buddy up with Rudolph, and Rudolph just like takes a bite of his shirt and like rips it off. And maybe, okay, in the commotion, also like he stumbles, and then he like steps on like a hose or something, or like a bucket falls, and so like a bucket falls on him, and his shirt's like ripped off, like half hanging on him, and he's wet. And yeah, he's ripped. He's like absolutely ripped, like exactly what you would imagine a guy would look like in one of these movies, like romance novel cover art. And then I'm trying to decide, I'm trying to decide how I want Nick to react. Is it too late to make Tim a werewolf? Why? Why? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Maybe she can say something like, yeah, maybe you haven't changed all that much. Maybe something like that. Oh, yeah, it would be nice to kind of show a little bit of her tomboy side, too. I was trying to think of something maybe she could do, like, right at, like... His shirt gets ripped, he falls over, a bucket pours on him. Okay, never mind, I got it. She should laugh, and she has a very unfeminine laugh. That's it, we got it. So she has like a very, like, she snorts. Yeah, kind of like a donkey laugh. Yeah, like she guffaws. She literally guffaws. And then they're both embarrassed. Okay. We gotta introduce Lottie. Lottie runs in. Am I interrupting something? Okay, not Tim's daughter, but his little sister. So they have that whole conversation where she finds it out. And then the reason that Lottie came in is because I think she should have met the model. And she's coming to like let Tim know for some reason. Maybe because like the model and the horse. Like she can come up and be like some lady with a weird accent has a horse that needs to be shoed. I don't know, something like that. What do you guys think? Yeah, I think at this point, I think you've already met the model, actually. Because you've probably met her during all the first opening scene. Because I think it would be cute if the model was also, like, on board in, like, that opening scene. I should probably add that. Siri wants to photo shoot on Reindeer Farm. Model... Wait, what did we name her again? Sabine. Model Sabine is very into it. Yeah, she's at the meeting for some reason. Don't think about it too hard. So we already have, okay, so Lottie comes in. Because Dr. Evil got out again or something. Or it can be like Dr. Evil's chasing some lady with an accent. There we go. And then they both run out. Lottie and Rudolph share a look. Okay, yeah. So, but this could also be... Because I kind of want Lottie and Rudolph to get left behind so that they can kind of like share a look with each other. But maybe this isn't the moment. Because I think that... I think that Nick jumps on Rudolph and runs there. And then Tim runs. So Tim's on foot, Nick is on Rudolph. They go running because they're immediately like, oh my gosh, not Dr. Evil. And then Nick, of course, is like, Sabine! It's gotta be Sabine, right? They go in a field. Sabine is being chased. I think that Paul and Saul should already be there, maybe. Right? Because we also need Sabine to meet Paul. What do you guys think? Writing movies is hard. I think it's a more chaotic scene if they're already there. Are trying to help. Wow. Basically, maybe like they're able... Oh, you know what? Okay, hold on. Wait. Chasing some lady with an accent. I forgot because it's... Rudolph needs to save... Okay, so we're just establishing Dr. Evil. We're gonna have 2 scenes with Dr. Evil. Because Dr. Evil's first is gonna go after Sabine. And then Dr. Evil is going to go after Gina later. And I think it works better because Rudolph is gonna get injured saving Gina from Dr. Evil. And I think that works better if Nick isn't riding Rudolph at that time. It's gotta be like Rudolph did it completely of his own accord. So we're gonna keep what I originally said. So they run out and Lottie shares a knowing look with Rudolph. Is this scene. Okay. Can Dr. Evil be voiced by Adam Sandler? No. Dr. Evil doesn't have a voice. It's a reindeer. What the heck? Okay. So Saul and Paul... Oops. Or maybe she should... Maybe Nick should have to call her brothers because it's awkward to introduce them in the scene because she hasn't met them yet. I think. Unless we add them to the scene where... I mean, I really like the idea of her reuniting with her dad alone. Right? Because I like that kind of moment. Like, I really want to establish their relationship to each other. So, but it's awkward for Saul and Paul to get introduced in this kind of chaotic scene. Maybe. We could have it where it's like right after Sabine is saved and whatever else. Then she can kind of be like, this is Sabine. And Sabine, well, these are my older brothers. And then they're kind of like, you know, nice to see you, little sis. And they're both like kind of like big and obnoxious about it. And Sabine's like, those are your brothers? Kind of thing. So it could be like a surprise that those are her two brothers. Because Sabine could also be like, and who are these? I have to thank these heroes who like saved me. And then, you know, Nick is like, those are my brothers. Oh yeah, we could, and then we could also establish that they haven't seen each other again, like reestablish that it's been a long time since she's been home, because yeah, maybe she can struggle in being like, but she can't tell which one's Saul and which one's Paul. Maybe because one of them like grew a beard, like maybe they're both growing beards or something, and so they kind of poke fun at her like, come on, little sis, you've been gone so long, you can't tell us apart. And she's like, well, you both have beards now. It's weird. Yeah, I'm writing a story with you guys. I guess, or we could make it where they kind of tease like, you can still tell us apart, right? And she's like, of course I can tell you apart. Oh, I kind of like that better. Okay, so Saul and Paul are helping. Sabine is running. Why do you guys want Adam Sandler in this so bad? Adam Sandler can play the CEO. Okay. Sabine is running. Nick is very tomboy and gets her clothes dirty. They rescue Sabine. Okay. Nick introduces... Oh my, it's like part of the reason the typing is so bad, I swear, is just because it like is lagging. I find it very hard to like to type when it lags this much. I'm sure you guys have seen how much it lags. Okay, so Nick introduces her brothers. They tease about telling them apart despite all the time that passed. Paul shows interest in Sabine. Yeah, so we want Paul to show some interest in Sabine. There ended up not being magic in this one. I'm sorry, you guys. There ended up not being magic. Maybe the CEO could secretly be Santa. We find out at the very end of the movie that the CEO was Santa and he planned all of this. You say that as if love isn't magical. Aw, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I love that. Why are you guys saying, hey, Raiders? I ain't getting any Raiders. Did I get a raid? I got raiders. Who raided? We got a notification and didn't show it to me. Well, welcome very much, raiders. Welcome in, everybody. Hope you had a wonderful stream by the Raid Master. I see. Thank you for raiding Raid Master. I very much so appreciate it. We are writing a Hallmark Christmas story together. So you can kind of see where we've gotten with the plot so far. You've missed a lot of backstory, but I think you'll pick it up. I think you'll pick it up as we go on. Basically, it's, you know, your tale as old as time. City girl returns to her hometown, falls in love with Christmas all over again, and also her old flame. Okay, so they tease about telling them apart. Paul shows interest in Sabine. Okay, so what happens after that? There can also be a quip here about the fact that Tim is shirtless. Because Sabine can also ask about Tim and be like, and who was that guy you were walking around with, Nick? And she's like, oh, that was, you know, it's just no. I mean, nobody. I'm just, Timmy? Just some guy that I used to be friends with. That kind of reaction. No, not reindeer NATO. Okay, what happens after this? They gotta have the... Maybe it's like the next day. Oh, actually, Saul invites her to dinner. Nick to dinner. Everyone ends up invited. Okay, because now we can have a dinner party scene. Here's where you find out about Paul. Well, about Saul's wife. Being Paul's crush. That can happen at the dinner party scene. We can do like more flirting between Nick and Timmy. Right? Because there could just be a scene, you know, where they're just, you know, like catching up, what's all been going on, like how have you been? How has, you know, somebody else been? Blah, blah, blah. That kind of thing. We don't have to write it out explicitly, but basically we have a scene at the dinner party. They're drinking, they're talking, playing games. Yeah, maybe like drinking and gaming. Yeah, maybe there could be something like they get drunk. Why are you not typing, huh? They get drunk. Nick hates high heels. And Timmy goes on a rant about Game of Thrones. So they're like revealing their old, you know, like Nick confesses that she actually hates high heels. She hates wearing high heels. She never wants to wear high heels ever again. It's the worst. They hurt her feet, blah, blah, blah. Like she misses just wearing like boots all the time. And then Timmy goes on a rant of Game of Thrones and they're kind of like, oh man, like you're not as different as you seemed when we first met, right? Yeah, they reveal a bit of their true selves to each other. Okay, what are we thinking next? So then it's next day, photo shoot. Okay, next day they have the photo shoot. The Dr. Evil attacks show horse Gina. Rudolph saves her. Okay, so we get that whole plot line. Rudolph shaves her. Rudolph saves her. Hey, it was a typo. It was a typo. Dr. Evil is a reindeer, is an evil reindeer. Dr. Evil is an evil reindeer that just attacks things left and right. Maybe when Rudolph gets hurt, his horseshoe gets like dislodged or something. So Timmy has to come again. Let Timmy be the type that would quote Sanguini's speech while confronting Dr. Evil. Not because I can win, because it is right. He has to like Warhammer 40k. Okay, fine. He's a huge Warhammer fan. And he paints minis in his spare time or something. Who is Henry Cavill? You guys keep bringing him up. Superman? Superman actor loves Warhammer. Oh, okay. British actor who played Superman and Geralt of Rivera in The Witcher. I never saw The Witcher. I didn't see Superman. I've never seen either thing, so I do not know who this man is. I think I do know what he looks like though. Now that you tell me what he's been in. I've definitely seen his face. My mom thinks he's really hot. I know that. And I remember hearing this stuff about, because he's like a big fan of The Witcher and was like, because he's the one that quit the show, right? Because he didn't like what they were doing, like in the script or whatever. And so he was like, I'm not doing this anymore. I think that's awesome. If that's true, I think that's awesome. That would be me. If I had been cast in freaking Rings of Power. I would have gotten the Rings of Power script and saw the thing about Grand Elf and been like, I can't do this. I gotta go. I'll die if I do. I'll never be the same. Something in me will die. Okay. Listen, we're not talking about Lord of the Rings right now. We're talking about this. Okay. Rudolph saves her. It's a disaster. Paul tends to Sabine. Oh no, Sabine doesn't get hurt. Oh yeah, maybe Sabine can get hurt in this too. And Paul's there because he's at the thing. I feel like her dad isn't present enough. I think her dad has to also be at the party. Dinner party scene. With dad. I think Nick leaves after getting mad at dad. We've got to have like an argument scene. So Nick actually leaves because she's mad at her dad. Timmy follows her. Yeah, I think that makes sense. And then they have kind of an intimate moment, her and Timmy. And she's drinking. That's how they end up getting drunk, because she's drinking because she feels uncomfortable and she got into like a little tiff with her dad. Maybe her dad's like trying to ask for her to like come back or whatever. And then Timmy's like, you know, oh, you might want to slow down there. And she's like, what? Don't think you could keep up with me? I thought you were all macho man now. Are you gonna get outdrank by a little girl from the city? And he's like, all right, Nick, I'll show you. But he definitely doesn't hold his liquor as well as she does. And they both get drunk and then they flirt and bond. I like that. It's cute. It's cute. They're drinking while walking through the snowy streets of town. That's what I think. Like maybe she's walking back and he's like walking her back to her place. Yeah. And they pass the bottle back and forth. Very cute. I like it. Okay. And they could even make a joke like, this is like, you know, when we snuck that bottle out of your parents' cabinet when we were 14. And then she can be like, yeah, you got really drunk then too. And you're not going to puke on me again like you did back then, are you? He's like, no. But then he does. Public intoxication, very festive. Yes, very festive. I agree wholeheartedly. Okay, so Paul turns to Sabine and promises to take her to Costco. Oh, I actually think that this could be a cute scene because Paul could be like worried about Sabine and he's like, you know, trying to apologize. He's like, I'm so sorry. Like the reindeer are generally like so nice. Like because he's like, oh my gosh, like this like fancy European girl's gonna hate it here. But Sabine's actually having the time of her life. She's like, oh my gosh, it was like the horses came in and it was like real cowboys or something like that. I don't know. She's having a blast. She's having the time of her life. She's like, oh my gosh, America's so exciting. And then she talks about Costco or something. I don't know. We can work on the details later. I can't do the Eastern European accent. I can't do it. I'm so sorry. I don't know what it sounds like. It's gonna be really bad if I try. But yeah, we're establishing their little love story there. Okay, so all of that happens with the photo shoot. I kind of want there to be something like to show Nick like really falling in love with like being back on the farm and stuff too. So maybe because Rudolph gets hurt, like she takes the rest of the day off and is just like tending to Rudolph. You know what actually should happen? Rudolph, it's like a tag team. Rudolph and her dad. And her dad also gets hurt. Actually, I think maybe Rudolph should be fine. It's actually her dad that gets hurt. Her dad is hurt. So Nick agrees to help out around the farm. Because a big event for them is happening the next night. Yeah, that's what I like. So yeah, Rudolph and her dad come in and they save Gina, the show horse, from Dr. Evil. But her dad does end up getting injured in it. His like leg is hurt and there's like a lot of work that he still needs to do to prep for this like big event that's happening the next night. Like, you know, Maybe it is the first Christmas tree chopping, like we said earlier, that he wanted her to go to. And she said, no, she's not going because she hasn't been to it since her mom died. There we go. It's all coming together, you guys. Because the first Christmas tree chopping event is happening. It's like a big event, all the town comes to it, you know. Yeah. Okay. I'm running out of room. I'm sorry, this is like mucho text. Okay. I need to get some water. You guys keep brainstorming. I'm gonna grab water really quick. I'll be right back. Wow. Okay, I'm back. Thank you, real football. Thank you, soccer. Wow. Thank you very much, soccer. Wow. Thank you, guys. Okay, so let's... We're gonna continue. We have to do it like on a new page. Don't worry, I've duplicated it though, so we won't lose all of our work. Okay, so Nick falls in love again with the farm. Tim is helping out as well. Wow. Why do they tolerate Dr. Evil? Prize stud deer? That's a good question. It's bad luck to kill a stud deer. That's why. Somebody asks and then someone does a William Dafoe impression and they just say it's bad luck to kill an evil deer or something like that. Oh my gosh, the mom liked the deer and he was well behaved for... Shut up. That's too good. That's too good for this movie, and I'm keeping it in. Tim is helping out as well. They bond even more. Oh, we gotta get Lottie. Lottie and Rudolph seem to be trying to get them together. Yeah, so there's like a whole day where she's just like working on the farm, helping them prep. Tim is helping out. Lottie is helping out. Rudolph is helping out. There's some tender moments with Rudolph and Gina. So, okay, and then I think we should get a scene with Sabine and Paul are hanging out. She asks why they put up with Dr. Evil. Maybe Nick was standoffish about answering. So yeah, maybe earlier Sabine was like, y'all gotta do something about this reindeer, and maybe Nick had like a weird reaction to it. Paul confesses that Dr. Evil loved their mom, and she died on a Christmas day, and Dr. Evil has been even worse ever since. And then, like, Sabine has knowing look. So this is kind of where Sabine, as Nick's friend, kind of she's starting to put some stuff together. Right? Like, oh, that's why Nick kind of acted weird about it. That's why Nick is weird about Christmas and is so sad about her mom and all this stuff. Yeah. Yeah, Dr. Evil, I love that. Dr. Evil was like almost died, and then her mom like nursed him to health, and they were just very close. Her and yeah, I like the idea of her naming him Dr. Evil as a joke, because he was kind of mean to everyone else but like nice to her. And yeah, he's even worse around Christmas. That, oh my gosh, you're about to break my heart. Wait. Oh my gosh, that's awful. The Nick and Dr. Evil parallels, because we could have a moment, and maybe her dad could be there too. Like maybe right before the festival, Dr. Evil returns, and it's like he's gonna try and attack and stuff again, and it's Nick and her dad. And her dad is like, it could be symbolic, like her dad isn't taking Dr. Evil seriously or whatever, and is maybe just trying to like throw treats or something to like distract Dr. Evil, and it's not working. And Nick is just like, she just runs up to Dr. Evil and like wraps her arms around him. And then they kind of have this moment where she's like, I get it. I get it. I'm mad too. You know? Yeah, you feel the same way I do. Yeah, the big Hallmark moment. It's so cheesy, but it still makes me sad. You're just like me, for real, shut up. But I'm trying to think, should it be Nick? I'm starting to think, actually, maybe it should be her dad. Maybe it's, okay, wait, I'm cracked. I got it. I'm cracked. Dr. Evil comes, and he's actually about to attack Nick. And Nick's dad jumps in the fray and physically holds Dr. Evil back. And he breaks down and has a moment, and he has the heart-to-heart. And this is the first time that you see her dad, and the first time she's seen her dad talk candidly about his grief and the loss. And he says to Dr. Evil, I get it. I'm angry too. I thought I never wanted to do Christmas again. I hated the reindeer. I hated the Christmas trees. I hated the music. I hated Santa. I hated presents. I hated the cold. I hated the snow. But she loved all of those things. So I made a promise to love them for her. For the rest of my life. Twice as hard as I ever did before. He gets through to Dr. Evil. Now Dr. Evil loves Christmas. And he gets through to Nick. No, I'm not okay. My nose is running. It actually makes me sad. And then Rudolph rips off his shirt too. Okay. But we gotta get there. When does Rudolph eat a rumble ball? Right before he saves Gina from Dr. Evil. Okay. So it's the next day. The festival. Okay, photo shoot wraps up smooth. The tree chopping festival is all set up. Nick goes to leave. And her dad asks her to stay. I think she should try to leave. And her dad asks if she'll stay for the tree chopping festival. Tim has also encouraged this several times. Yeah, so Tim has also maybe in their conversations kind of been like, I hope you'll stay for the tree chopping festival. And she's like, no, I'm leaving right after filming or right after the photo shoot like wraps up. Like I'm gonna go home. Like I'm not gonna stay. She decides to leave. Sabine tries to get her to stay. Gina wants to stay. It's wearing Nick down. Like, cause like Gina clearly doesn't want to go. Sabine doesn't want to go. But Nick is like, she cannot stay. And then, okay, so like Tim confronts her. She admits it's because of her mom. And she hates ignoring it. And pretending like it's just as good as it was before. That's why she doesn't want to go. Yeah, sad movement is tearing up, or is intensifying. And then maybe Tim is like, okay, maybe throughout the movie, but there hasn't been a lot of scenes where you get to see Tim and Lottie together. I want to put one here. Okay, so Lottie teases Tim about Nick. And accuses him of not being able to have serious conversations. And then like previously shown in the movie. So like maybe like he is like the type to kind of be avoidant of a serious conversation too. You know, she's like, man up, bro. You know, maybe she's just like straight up is like, you gotta, I don't know if I like that. I want there to be something, because like I feel like Tim right now is lacking a little bit of character development. Like we're gonna see Nick develop a good bit, but are we gonna see Tim develop? So I was trying to think maybe we can give him a character arc where he doesn't like to have like serious conversations, but I almost feel like that's too similar to like what's going on with like her dad and stuff. So he definitely has, he's been there the whole movie. He's the male lead. It's gotta be a nerd reference. Yeah, so, okay, wait, I got it. So maybe she teases him because she knows that he's actually like crazy about Nick. And maybe he does like admit to her like, well, yeah, like I've always kind of liked her. And she's like, no, I don't know why you're always trying to play this cool guy, or you're always trying to like tone down how you feel. You don't think she's cool. You don't kind of like her. You are madly in love with her. Like, why are you afraid to just be passionate about something? Like, you're always trying to play down the things that you love and act like a cool guy. And maybe like that, maybe we've seen that a little bit too. Like, it's because he got made fun of. None of this has to be explicitly said, but like just for us to know, and maybe there can just be like little hints to it. But basically, because he was nerdy and he was kind of made fun of for like being really passionate and talking for like a really long time about his like interests very like excitedly. Now he's trying to be a cool guy type. And so he's afraid to like get really passionate and excited about things. So yeah, maybe we could kind of see that when he gets drunk in like the first act. Yeah, we kind of get to see like him letting loose again. And maybe even Nick, you know, Nick can be like, Nick likes it, you know, and maybe she can even say something like that. Like, it's really nice to see this side of you again. Because otherwise I think he should kind of act like he doesn't care about much. Like, he's definitely just, like, he's just trying to play cool guy a little too hard, right? He's just trying too hard to be cool. That's what she accuses him of. So okay, so Tim confronts her. She admits it's because of her mom, and she hates ignoring it and pretending like everything is just as good as it was before. And then trying to transition this into... No, I think I was thinking Tim needs to confess to her now, but he doesn't actually. I think now he just needs to be there for her. So let's just have him be like super good friend. Tim supports her and says he'll help her however she needs. Something like that. Like, he's just like super nice to her. When she explains why she doesn't want to go, he's just kind of like, you know, I don't know how to make that better for you. And I hate to see you hurting. And if it's really gonna cause you pain, then I'll help you pack, you know, I'll help you clear the road or whatever. Or I'll try to help like convince Sabine and to leave too, something like that. I don't know, something maybe. I don't know. This is hard. This part is hard. Okay, actually, this is where I'm gonna have it. Tim understands. But thinks running away from it isn't the best either. Okay. This also rings true for himself. So it's one of those scenes in movies where like he's encouraging Nick, but you can tell that it's also getting to him personally too. Like he's telling her like you can't just like run away from it either. And then he's also kind of thinking to himself like I also can't run away from my feelings too, right? Okay, so Nick is about to leave. We have to have like that moment where she turns around. Okay, I got it. She's trying to pack up Gina. Gina doesn't want to go. Rudolph looks sad. Nick realizes she doesn't want to either. Yeah, that's her like big moment where she's like, come on girl, come on. Gina is the show horse that Rudolph falls in love with. And then she's like, you really want to stay, don't you, girl? And then she's looking at Gina and she's looking at Rudolph. Maybe there's like some flashbacks to the events that have happened in the movie so far. No, they're both horses. Oh yeah, Rudolph is a horse, sorry. That might be confusing if you're just coming into the stream now. Rudolph is a horse. Okay, so Nick runs to go to the festival. Her dad sees her coming. Dr. Evil attacks. Dad stops Dr. Evil and has a heart-to-heart with him about how they miss his dead wife. Insert sad, inspiring speech. Okay. So Nick and Dad make up. Festival goes on, but they should change up a tradition. But Dad changes one tradition in honor of his wife's memory. So maybe there's something that like they always do that they've talked about like many times Like they always do this at the festival, and maybe because now the dad like is trying to see, like Nick's whole thing is that she does, like it's just hard for her to go about the holiday as if nothing's changed. So he decides to change one part of the tradition in order to honor her mom's memory. So maybe it's like the first tree, like maybe he always chopped the first tree or something and he lets Nick do it instead. What do you guys think? Can you think of a good one? I feel like maybe it should be different, more different than that. Like maybe they always start with one tree, but maybe this time, like he's like, anyone who wants to can go ahead and like cut their I don't know. What do you think? Is there going to be a scene where they're riding horses and the horses lead them under mistletoe? Oh my gosh. I forgot about the mistletoe. We'll get it in there. We'll get it in there. I do like the idea of passing on the legacy too. Okay. Hold on. I need more room. Okay, whatever. We don't have to come up with what the tradition is. We're getting in the weeds. I want to wrap this up. Okay, so, oh my gosh, it's almost 11. How has this taken so long? Dang, writing movies is hard. Okay, so in honor of the wife's mystery, a festival is a hit. Oh my gosh, why is it so big compared now? Hold on. Oh my, why is it so big? Why is it so big? Festival is big hit. Okay. It's lagging so much, it's really getting on my nerves. Festival's big hit. Yeah, I like the idea of Lottie picks a tree. Nick jokingly shows Tim how it's done. She chops down the tree for them. And then Lottie gives them space, like winking at Tim. This is where Tim will confess. Tim confesses first like a cool guy and then goes full passionate. He calls her Nicole. That is cute. Nick accepts. And they embrace. Rudolph trots over with mistletoe. And they kiss under it. Yeah, so Rudolph he's happy that this has happened. So Rudolph comes trotting over with mistletoe and they kiss under it. Yeah. I need more space. I gotta make it smaller, I guess. Okay, hold on. I need just like a few more lines. Okay. What is happening? Why does it keep doing this? Clip Studio Paint. I chose you because I thought you would be less freaking annoying than OBS. And you're being more annoying. I'm gonna end it all. I'm gonna end it all. Okay. Seeing this, Paul and Sabine also kiss. Yeah, Paul's like, no. Sabine should say it. Sabine should be like, oh, that's so romantic. I sure wish there was some mistletoe around here, huh? And Paul's like, what? Like, maybe right above us. Wouldn't that be nice if there was mistletoe like right there? And he's like, ugh. And then she's like, oh, kiss me, you idiot. And then they kiss. So Paul and Sabine are also together. Dad and Dr. Evil also kiss. No. Dad and Dr. Evil nod. Are chill together. I don't know. They're chill. They're both like eating apples or something. I don't know. And then the end. Okay, we've done it. We've done it. There we go. I think that's enough. Obviously, we've left out a lot of details, and if we flesh it out into a full script, there's probably a lot we would need to add in and maybe take out. Yeah, Dad and Dr. Evil watch a football game. I'm not gonna lie, I think it's absolute cinema. I would watch the heck out of this movie. I have to admit, somehow, y'all's stupid suggestion of Dr. Evil and me, like the flippant, oh, whatever, sure, there's an evil reindeer named Dr. Evil, somehow became my favorite part of this movie. And I think that it just ties it all together so well. And the whole, like, him being named something stupid like Dr. Evil, and then it actually having, like, a sweet story behind it is kind of, like, ties together the tone of the movie, where it's kind of goofy and over the top. But underneath of that, there are some like sweet messages about family and grief and love, you know? There are no dinosaurs or robots in this, unfortunately. What do you guys think? Are you happy with this? Oh, we have to name it. Wait, what's the name? Oh. We gotta give a name of the movie. Dr. Evil's Christmas Adventures. Shut up. Yes, they have names. It's like, you know, Falling for Christmas, The Christmas Prince. Y'all are coming up with some crazy stuff. Rudolph the Matchmaker. That could be cute, I guess. Ooh, A Day of Winters. A play on the family name could be cute. Yeah, so, like a play on the name, or a play on it being like a photo shoot, or like the Christmas tree chopping, like a Christmas tree farm. Ooh, Winter's Wonderland is good. that's quite cheesy. Is that already a movie though? Sometimes I feel like they have names though that are just like boring and don't really serve the movie's purpose. Like we could name it The Christmas Photo Shoot, right? And it like doesn't really do the movie justice, but sometimes these Hallmark movies do have names like that. A Christmas in Montana, actually, that really could be. It could just, okay, it could be Christmas. Christmas at the Winters. Okay, it's either Christmas, A Christmas in Montana, or Christmas at the Winters. Or A Winter's Christmas. Okay, Christmas in Montana or A Winter's Christmas. What are we feeling? You know what? Y'all are right. It's gotta be Christmas in Montana. Christmas in Montana. There we go. We've done it. Okay, Winter's Magazine is actually really good too, but it's got we gotta go with Christmas in Montana. It's just so Christmas movie. That title also actually might already be taken. Let me Google it. A Christmas in Montana. Oh no, it's already a movie. It can't be Christmas in Montana. It's a Hallmark movie. Oh my god, wait, what is this Hallmark movie about? Huh? Before the holidays, Sarah goes to Montana to help Travis save his ranch. Can time on the ranch help restore her faith in Christmas in time for a miracle? That's Christmas in Montana. Bro. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna tell you if it's... There's no way it's better than my Christmas in Montana. Dang it. Okay. They don't have Dr. Evil. They don't have Dr. Evil in it, so there's no way it's as good. Okay, so instead, let's do A Winter's Christmas. It has to be like that. Because that's the place. It seems like you're talking about the season winter, but you're actually talking about the family, the Winters. And I think that also works because Paul is also like quite a secondary character. So Paul Winters and Nick Winters are both falling in love. And then also, what did we name her dad again? Daddy Winters, you know, is having a whole character arc as well. Jack Winters is also having. So it really is a story about the Winters family. That's why I think that A Winter's Christmas works. So let me make sure that that's not already a Hallmark movie. A Winter's Christmas. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. It's okay. So we'll go with a winter's Christmas. Christmas in Montana, the better one. Christmas in Montana with Dr. Evil. Dr. Evil's Christmas in Montana. No. We've got it. A winter's Christmas. I think that this is really cute. I'm actually very happy. I'm very pleased with this. Yay! We did it. It took an hour longer than I wanted it to. I thought this was going to be a tidy 2-hour stream. How did this happen? I still have work to do, you guys. I gotta go do work now. I got too into writing the movie. And now I've lost an hour of work time. We cooked too hard. Okay, I'm gonna get my schedule up tonight for the week, but I'm tired. I might not get my waiting rooms up because I don't know if I can get the thumbnails done. So I'll get my schedule up for the week, but I don't know if I'll get the waiting rooms up. You gotta work on the movie. I honestly kind of want to see this movie. That's the sad thing, is I actually think that we've got something here. Like, I actually think this could be a really cute movie. I'm not saying it's like... I'm just saying that I've watched a lot of these romantic comedy Christmas movies, and this one is better. Or at least on par with a lot of them. I really do think this could be a cute movie. And I'm just thinking about so many really subtle things that we could have. Like when she gets to her home, she could like linger on a picture of her mom with a reindeer, like nursing a baby reindeer. And you don't realize until the end of the movie that that little baby reindeer her mom is nursing in that picture is Dr. Evil. Come on, there's so much you could do with this. Don't do it with AI. Don't do it with AI. The story, like you guys said, it has a soul. It won't have soul anymore if you make an AI version. We just need the producer's input to ruin it now. Yeah, I just need a producer to come in here and take out everything good about the plot and keep only the bad parts and then put a bunch of bad things in it. Okay, I write the entire script and I beg the Phase girls to act it out with me. I don't have time, maybe next year. That's an idea for next year. I make it into a stage play. And I get Iori Senpai to play Dr. Evil. Yes, Wimmy has to be Sabine. 100%. Wimmy would have to be Sabine. Since she was partially the inspiration. Alright. Alright, you guys. We gotta wrap this up. I gotta go. Alright. Thank you guys so much for joining me to write this little Christmas movie. I feel like when we get together, we always cook. This was super fun. I got really into it. I hope you guys also enjoyed it as much as I did. I will be streaming throughout the week. I will post my schedule tonight, so I won't spoil it. You'll have to check my accounts if you want to see what I'm up to. But for now, It is bittersweet, but I must say farewell. Give glory to the runes, for my love and affection is forever with you. Good night, you guys. Bye-bye.